What's up guys, Max here and welcome back to my dungeon. The video of today is the one that usually I suggest to watch from the start to the end without skipping any part because I'm going to touch two very important topics. What I think that is the best buy CPU for a new build and the DDR4 versus DDR5, which is another very important topic because if you choose one or another, there's a lot of money in between, but also we have to talk about longevity of that choice. So stay tuned and let's get started. All right, as always, I will start with the XMP and default chart. We have 3 generations of Core i5 and 2 generations of Ryzen 5. This 12th generation Intel is clearly made to counterattack Zen 3, and successfully so. Now, with a proper RAM tuning, we can start to see the real potential of this new CPU. Interesting results of the comparison DDR4 versus DDR5. The DDR4 4000 is made in Gear 1, unlike the 11600K that was bottlenecked at 3466. This generation can go even at 4000 and it delivers. Here you can see what happens if we overclock the CPU, but maintaining the RAM at XMP. We have gains versus the default, but look at the difference between a slow XMP and a faster XMP. If you want to properly tune this system, you have to do both CPU OC and RAM tuning. So here we are. Every CPU you see is pushed to the limit, for a safe daily use, of course. The difference with the AMD counterpart is big, something like 25% increase. Look also at the 1% lows, 150 FPS. Let's talk about e-cores on or off. Thanks to a suggestion to one of my Discord users, if we set manually the ring multiplier, we can leave the e-core enabled and roughly with the same performance. Not bad at all. Analyzing again DDR4 versus DDR5, we have the same performance, but a B-die DDR4 kit is now like 100 or something, and a good DDR5 kit is like 5 to 600. We have 16 GB versus 32, yes, but for gaming is overkill, and also for the wallet. Another important result here is that you don't need to overdo with overclocking, because at 5.2 GHz you are hitting a RAM bottleneck, and you are risking to waste time in tuning and also increasing temp and noise, for basically nothing. Last but not least, to give you perspective, take a look of how this little monster can play in the big league. The i9 of course is a step ahead, but if you have to keep an eye on the budget, it wins hands down. Alright, so in conclusion, to me it's pretty clear that if you have to make a new build, going with this CPU combined with a DDR4 motherboard and of course a good pair of DDR4, which are not so expensive right now, is a choice that will for sure give you a lot of performance for the bucks. And well, if you want to start buying a DDR5 platform, you can go as well with DDR5 with similar performance, slightly better, and maybe hoping that one day this platform will have more powerful memories, so like a DDR5 probably 7000 or more, and you will gain an extra performance there, or as well keep investing in something that you may reuse in the future, like for instance the DDR5. My opinion about DDR5 is that now we are in a phase that the memory are really very new, so the speed that you're going to see today at high price like 64,000 or something like that will probably be like low end in a year or two. So investing now in DDR5, it means that is a lot of money, and when the DDR5 is more mature as a platform, you will have like a slow end memory kit. So I'm not advising to buy DDR5 right now. It's better to stick with the DDR4. Maybe if you can find it used or a kit that is decent, a BDI, like let's say entry-level BDI, but you can push to the limit of Gear 1 for this CPU, and then buy a DDR5 kit when the mainstream, the new mainstream, will be like 7000 or something. My personal opinion is that DDR5 are still too early to enter. And now, speaking about something that I know is bothering you, the new AMD 5800X 3D that I'm testing right now. I'm almost done testing. That is a very nice CPU, a very interesting one. I have mixed feeling about that, but this will be the topic of my next video. So I will dedicate one entire video talking about only that CPU, because it's worth talking for something that you will see. It's a very interesting CPU. Performance, I can tell you that are very nice, especially in World of Warcraft, but there's some but. And well, uh, I will leave you now so I can finish testing that CPU in various way. And when I'm done, so very quickly, probably tomorrow, I will be done with with the test and benchmarks, and I will straight away make the video so you can see my opinion and consideration about that CPU. So stay tuned as always, and see you in the next one.